Hey guys, what's up? Sarah Boo TV here. I know I sound a little sleepy. I actually was trying to sleep and I am just processing something that this book has mentioned and kind of putting it into my own life and observing how it entails into my life. It's a really good book. I recommend getting it and diving into it. It's kind of like cultivating depth and sacredness into everyday life, as well as for the soul and soul work. And it's basically like this psychotherapist that sees a bunch of people and he's observing a lot of their issues, and people want to abandon these issues, like, I want to stop being dependent and I want to fix this, and there's no toolkit to fix something that is a part of the soul, right? Your soul has became dependent on it in some way or some form. Well, anyways, that's not the whole point, but the point is I want to come on here and tell you that whenever you have a memory pop up, or you see a restaurant that you once went with your mom or father or a loved one, and it was a good time back then, and then it's not a good memory now after so much shit has happened, and it kind of brings up a little stem of anxiety in a way. I thought about it in my own life. Is I have extreme anxiety, even though I don't seem like it, but I'm trying to observe my anxiety from a different lens and say, why does this make me feel anxious or tense, or why does this memory bring so much discomfort? Granted, what has already happened, and I'm in a much better place now. Why does this memory still give me these uneasy feelings? And putting on that observer cap, thanks to this book, kind of made me step back and take these notions and these approaches to this memory, and makes me want to flip the switch of the uncomfortable feeling. There's been a lot of things in my life that has happened where I can think about it and immediately I feel like short breath. I feel anxious. My mind takes me back to a time of when I was walking on eggshells, and thank God I'm not in a situation where I was. I was in foster care. I was in the system. I was in a horrible abusive relationship. Grew up in domestic violence, and I've overcame these things, but the perspective I want to throw out there is when these memories are brought up or there is something that triggers them, I feel like I found an antidote. And it's not just like, yeah, I've overcame it, but take that memory and literally mesh it into who you are now, who you are becoming, and what you are striving for, of how you will never put your kids through something like that or put yourself through another situation like that. Because if it wasn't for those situations, I would have never learned to be this philanthropist who wants to be somebody who betters other people, who pours into other people, who pours into myself, who nourishes this temple head to toe, and who I bring into my orbit. Like, I'm so cautious about it that it's part of like my soul's work that I went through, because now I am a step further, because I would be so naive and oblivious if I have not gone through that to walk into another situation. So sleep on this tonight. If there is something that has triggered you by you driving by, or a thought, or a memory, or walking into a place that feels some way, or some sort of abuse that's triggered you, literally give yourself that grace to say, I am no longer there, and that served me in a way that I now have the tools to accumulate a better decision, a better life. I now have control. I let God have control over the situation that is no longer in my life. What is to come is better. And that anxiety is false. There's nothing to be worried about. So, just a little midnight spiel. But I do recommend you guys getting this book, Care of the Soul by Thomas More. It's a very sincere book, and I made myself put it down because I need sleep.